Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches were fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Sanda 6024. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Pagani Design PD 1758 World Time. And Grego's wearing my Pagani Design PD 1717. Grego said that Master Skywalker brought in a new student to the academy. It is a force-sensitive Wampa. Grogu asked him if he was upset that Master Skywalker cut his father's arm off. He said it was no big deal. Wampa arms grow back like gecko tails. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. It did not come in a box. This is a $12 watch. They usually don't come in a box. And a box wasn't even an option. Sometimes they give you an option of adding a 50 cents to a buck to get the box, but not this one. This is the 6th Sanda on my channel. Sanda makes ultra affordable watches similar in price to Skami. This 6024 seems to be an upgrade to another Sanda I reviewed, the 739. That is one of my most viewed videos of all time with over 10,000 views. This 6024 has the same case and strap as the 739, but has more water resistance and a different dial layout. If you already own a 739, I don't know if the improvements are enough to justify a new purchase, but at $12 it is not a very expensive upgrade, so why not? This Sanda comes in 4 other colorways, all with positive displays. I chose the black with the negative display because I like the all black look. In hindsight, I probably should have got one with a positive display because I find this negative display difficult to read, and I end up using the backlight a lot. I paid $12 for this watch. If you don't care about water resistance, the 30 meter 739 is still available for $10. This watch did not come in a box. The watch is 44.5 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, but 53 millimeters if you measure crown guard to wing. 57.8 millimeters lug to lug, so this is a big watch. It's 18.5 millimeters thick. And the lug width does not apply, but it's 31 millimeters at its widest and weighs 79 grams on the supplied resin strap. The watch's bezel is all part of its upper case. The upper case is metal, the lower is plastic. And then it has the writing of the different functionality of the pushers. And then it says Sport Watch up top and water resist on the bottom. Then the dial, it says Sanda, then WR 5 bars. So yes, you get 50 meters with this one. The other one, the 739, you only got 30. And then you have the digital display. We have the day of the week, the month, and the day of the month on the top left display. The top right display is the running seconds. And then the bottom is the time. And I don't know what this little bar here is. It looks like those things from Star Trek that would just randomly flash. And also there's some random flashing over the second counter too. That's, I guess it's just decoration. It serves no use or purpose. Then the dial, we have 3, 9, and 12, but it's hard to see because they're black on black. So it's hard to see in the dark, that's for sure. And then we have the indices, and they're all on a chapter ring with the minute counters. And then we have the hands. The hands are skeleton hands. And unlike the Sanda 739 I reviewed, the skeleton's pretty significant. So it does a good job of not obscuring the digital display. And then the second hand actually has lume, unlike the 739, which does not. Then we have a push-pull crown. You're never going to knock this out of position accidentally, so it's no big deal that it's push-pull. And then the crown sets the analog display and is completely independent of the digital display. They are not synchronized at all. Crown action seems fine. Go to press it in, there's no annoying minute hand jump, so that's good. And then we have the pushers. We have the light pusher here. Then we have the mode pusher here. It switches the modes. Then we have the stopwatch, the alarm, and then the set mode, and that's it. You do not get 2 different times on the digital display. You only get 1. If you want to do dual times, you'll have to set the analog hands to a different time. As I said before, the case is split down the middle. We have metal up top, which is just a coated alloy, and then we have plastic on the bottom. I don't know if it's plastic or resin. Resin is basically just plastic made with vegetable oil instead of petroleum, so they're really close enough. And then we have the case back. The case back is your typical case back of a watch like this. It's held on with 4 little tiny Phillip head screws. And once again, you get 50 meters here, not 30 as you did in the 739. The 739 though did give you a battery code, and this one does not, but I'm assuming it's the same battery. It's CR 2016 was what they wrote on the Sanda 739. Then I don't know the movement. Of course, this is one of those movements where you have basically 2 movements in one. The digital is completely independent of the analog. And in fact, I think it even has 2 different quartz crystals, because otherwise at least the second hand and the running seconds would change at the same time, and they do not. So it probably has 2 different quartz crystals inside too. Then we have the strap. The strap feels like resin. It's definitely not silicone. So it feels nice. It's got a better feel than silicone. But if you look at it here, I don't think you can remove it, because I think these screws are just for display, because it all seems to be part of this center link. And so I think it's attached inside the case. So I think if you take these screws out, you can't remove the strap. But then again, this is a $12 watch. If you ever break the strap, just get a new watch. And I don't know why you'd want to change the strap anyway if it wasn't broken. The strap is part of the watch, so just accept that fact. Then this looks like it's like a material inside, but it's not. This is just a pattern on the resin, so it's not a separate. These H links are fake. It's just a pattern inside the resin. Then we have one keeper, and it's fully floating. There's no little nibs to keep it in place, which is fine. Then we have a signed buckle. The buckle is kind of thin and flimsy. It does the job, but they could have a sturdier one. Of course, if I was to keep the watch, I'd probably get a deployant clasp, because it's just easier to put the watch on and off. You're not going to save the strap in that instance, but at least it'll make it easier. Here's the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist. As you can see, this is a big watch, and I can just barely pull it off. But big and chunky is a part of the appeal of the watch. So I think it looks nice though. And it wears nice. It's comfortable. It's light. So it doesn't feel heavy or anything. It's just a big watch. And then I have 4 notches going out and 4 notches going in. So I'm right in the middle there. Here we are in the lume room. Since this watch has a backlight, it really doesn't need any lume, but sticking with the military theme, there are advantages to being able to tell the time without pushing the lume button. As we speed up the time, we see that unlike the Sanda 739, the second hand is also lumed, but unfortunately it fades fairly fast and is already gone. The minute and hour hands are much better, but not great. Once again, this is a $12 watch with a backlight. What do I like about this watch? Well, it looks and wears nice. The backlight works very well. It's nice and even and lights up the whole watch. There's no danger of not being able to see parts of it. And it is an upgrade of the 739 with more water resistance and better skeleton hands. What are my gripes and groans? You can't really change the strap. It's completely integrated. This negative display is kind of hard to read. I end up using the backlight quite a bit. And I think the buckle could be a little bit sturdier. It seems to be a little thin for as big of a watch it is. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, this watch looks and wears great. It is indeed an upgrade to the Sanda 739. It's only $12. Yes, you could spend a little bit more and get a proper G-Shock, but we can play that game with most AliExpress watches. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Sanda 6024, and I will be back with an unboxing video. I got 2 watches from AliExpress the other day, so I'll be unboxing that next. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.